What is next for Steve Rogers in the MCU? Hey folks, it's me AP and welcome to the Saturday Movie Show. I hope you're all having a lovely Saturday today. So, big news coming out this week that Chris Evans is in talks with Disney, with Marvel, in regards to a return in the role of Steve Rogers, Captain America. This is big news. I never seen this one coming in, honestly. It seemed like Steve Rogers, Chris Evans, the actor, had his swan song in Endgame, and it was his sort of retirement of the role. And he kept on saying this is him done, this is the last one he's gonna do. But I suppose it's show business, anything happens in show business, and this has happened now. He's had a bit of a U-turn, and Deadline have reported this week that he is in the last bit of negotiations for a return of some sort, and we don't know what type of return it is, and we've not had a confirmation from Disney or Marvel or from Chris Evans at the moment, but it seems like this is really heavily reported that it is going to be a true return, and I hope as a fan it is going to be a return for Chris Evans, Steve Rogers' character, because it is a character I enjoy, even though I will talk about a bit later about his last appearance in Endgame, how that finished off. But yeah, as a movie fan, first of all, let me talk about it as a movie fan, yeah, because this is what I am. I'm a movie fan, and I think it will be very good for Marvel and for Disney, especially Disney with what they're launching with Disney Plus now, with a lot of the series, the Marvel series. So I thought in this episode today in the Saturday Movie Show, I could discuss how he could potentially return to the MCU, because we've now got to, as fans, put out our theories of how he's going to come back. I know it's not been officially confirmed, but let's just let's have a talk about it. Let's discuss how he could potentially return. And just before I get into the potentials and the theories of how he could return, I want to just say as well, Chris Evans, after this was reported earlier this week, Chris Evans has then went on Twitter and put out a tweet saying "news to me" in regards to this. We don't know if he is directly replying in regards to that article and all these rumors, but again, show business. People say things. They say they're not going to return, and then they do return. This happens all the time. We know the story. It's like, oh, I'm never going to return in that role, or I'm never going to do that again, and it happens. And I think this one is. I think it is. Some fans might say he shouldn't return because it was such a perfect ending for his character, such a good arc. But I also think comic books have returns, characters return from the dead all the time. I think even now, if we had like Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. return as Iron Man's Tony Stark, I think fans would be buzzing in all honesty, even though the ending was great in Endgame for both of those characters. They both had the swan song. They both had a great finale. I think both of them characters returning to the MCU in some capacity is good for the MCU in as a whole, really, for all the characters, not just for them as actors and their sole characters. I think for the whole characters, because they're so significant to Marvel Comics, them two characters. And yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about what's going on then. Let's talk about the theories. The theories, what I personally have. And I know these are a lot of theories that other people share because I've been thinking, when I heard the news first off, I was thinking, how could he return? And then I was looking on different websites and different Reddit subreddits, and similar ideas were coming up by different people. And I think a lot of people are going to have similar ideas to this, but I want to just discuss my own personal ones. And feel free in the comments below to let me know your theories on how you think he could potentially return. So there's a few different ideas here. So potential return ideas. First of all, what you could have is a new film. You could have a new Captain America movie. Him returning that role, I'm sure it would be a big film. The only downside to that is at the moment, I think Disney are focusing more towards the TV services, towards their Disney Plus. So, I mean, is a Captain America, a new Captain America film plausible at this point? Is it something that Disney would want to go for? Would they prefer to do something else instead of a movie? That might be the case. They might not want to do another Captain America movie. Movies at the moment are hard to film with the pandemic going on, and they might see it benefit to do something else with the character. So maybe a new film's not right, but if we did potentially see a new film, what would I like to see? I personally would like to see something different. We've seen him in the past, and we've seen him in the present. Why not have something where he's either Captain America going to like a different planet? That would be interesting, I think. Or we could see maybe Captain America going to the future. I think either one of those ideas would be quite interesting. I think first of all, seeing Captain America go to to a different planet would be very interesting because he's such a like a he's Captain America. He's this very how can I describe it? He's a very not reserved, but he's very a well-to-do guy. He's a smart man. He's a gentleman. He's intelligent, but he is a man from the past, and he's a very moral person and a very Earth person. He's not very like a spacey sort of person. So you put that sort of character into a random planet in the MCU, suddenly he just gets teleported there, or he's going on a mission to save someone, or he has to retrieve something to save Earth. And I think that would be quite intriguing. Put him in against some alien characters, and yeah, I think that would be quite the cool movie. In all honesty, I think it'd be quite good. Second of all, maybe send him, as I said, send him to the future. So you have a young version. Again, these are not old man Steve. These are young man Steve in both of these plots. So you have young man Steve. Somehow he gets sent to the future, and we see that character then having like that Back to the Future moment where he's experienced the past, he's experienced the present, and he's experienced the future. And I think that would be just an awesome story to tell. Just to see that character, how he. I suppose he's already had the future. I suppose we've already seen him. I suppose that's where that plan is flawed somewhat, because he has come from the past and he's already went to the future, and we've seen him in the future. But the future is our present, what we've seen him in. But I want to see him in like a real future, like the year 2000 or 3000, year 3000. What is going on within the MCU in the year 3000? That's what I want to see, like flying cars. I want to see basically what Back to the Future was. Back to the Future Part 2. That's what I want to see. I want to see Chris Evans, Captain America, in Back to the Future Part 2. I just think it would bring up some really exciting storylines for him, and just the way he adapts to a realistic future world would be very intriguing. So that would be my two ideas, first of all, for movie ideas. And again, I'm sure there's tons of different comics you could develop into a Captain America new movie. The other ideas I have is just checking the mic's record. Yeah, we're rocking. We're still rocking. The other idea I have is a TV spin-off. And realistically, the TV spin-off, there was one other plot I could have mentioned with the films, but I thought I'd leave it for the idea of a TV spin-off. And this is one I've seen floating around online on different websites, different Reddit boards. So is a TV spin-off where it tells the story of what happened to him when he goes into the past at the end of Endgame. So before he comes back as Old Man Steve, and if you, again, I'm not going to give spoiler warnings here, because if you've not seen this movie by now, I don't know what to say. You're obviously not the biggest Marvel fan in the world, and that's the way it goes. It's been out for a long time now. There you go. Let's see. So he goes back to return the Infinity Stones to the rightful place in the timeline, but he doesn't return, and he lives out his life with Peggy, and he then arrives as Old Man Steve, and then he gives the shield to the Falcon, and that is how Endgame finishes. So, a TV show, what would work would be we see him arrive with the Infinity Stones to place him in timelines, and that would be the TV show. We see him in the past, we see him what his story was, what his life was, leading to Old Man Steve, and you could set it between different eras. You could go with the 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and have a bit of like a period show where it then goes in different eras and in different seasons. So I think that would really work, and this would be something I would say would definitely work with the Disney Plus model at this moment in time. They are focusing more on series now. We just had one division out. We've got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier coming out soon, and plenty more as well. How big would it be if they announced they were going to do a Steve Rogers Captain America TV show? That would be huge. We've had the trilogy of Captain America movies. Now, moving into the future, we're going to have a Captain America TV show. That would be massive. I think it would be bigger than The Mandalorian. And I think The Mandalorian is a pretty big show at this point. But having a Captain America TV show would be massive. And again, you have characters like returning, like Peggy Carter. You could even have like Tommy Lee Jones's character return. There's tons of potential. Tons of different characters who are featured throughout the MCU's history at this moment, where they could now incorporate them into a Captain America TV show. I think it would work. I think it would be something a lot of fans would get really excited about. And I mean, me personally, I would love that. I'd love to see the potential of what happened because he didn't express it. He didn't tell Bucky or Falcon what went on during that timeline of when he went away and the years he spent. So we don't know exactly what went on in his life, but did he continue as Captain America? That's a story what we can tell. Maybe it's a case where he retired. When he got to that timeline, he decided to marry Peggy. That was it. He decided to have a nice chilled out life and hang up the shield there and then. But otherwise, we could see a story where Captain America comes out of retirement during that time. There's tons of potential storytelling opportunities there, which would be very exciting to see as a viewer. So that would be my second choice, doing a TV show, a TV spin-off of Captain America when he goes back in time. The next idea is to do an Old Man Steve, Samuel Jackson, Nick Fury type role. So, we see Old Man Steve at the end of Endgame. This could be now where Old Man Steve Rogers features in a whole bunch of movies as that character, as a mentor to the younger characters. We could even see it. This could have been, as I said, this deal has been negotiating. For all we know, this could have been nailed. The deal could have been done months ago, and he could feature in the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show in some capacity. We might see Old Man Steve Rogers cameo in that show for all we know. Imagine how huge a cameo in that show would be to kick it off for the MCU on Disney Plus. That would be massive. So I think that is another potential. And sorry, I'm just going to blow my nose. Sorry. There we go. That's live podcast for you. Well, nearly live anyway, because we don't do that much editing. We have to do a nose break. So yeah, having Old Man Steve Rogers return in that role as that mentor character would be good. But I think you could do it part and parcel with, you could do a bit of both here. You could do the TV spin-off. You could do where you have the younger version of Steve Rogers going back in time. And then you could also have him playing Old Man Steve Rogers as well as a mentor role in future future MCU movies and future MCU Disney Plus shows as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential for this character. For the fact they didn't kill him off, it gives him potential to do stuff with his character, and I think that is really cool that we could see more of Chris Evans. As I said, what is the impact for this for Marvel and Disney Plus moving forward? So we've got the WandaVision show out right now. we've got coming up soon the Falcon and Winter Soldier show. At the end of Endgame, he gives the shield to Falcon, but there's no address to say you are the new Captain America. Really, it's just sort of like handing the shield moment. It's kind of just felt that that's the case, but nothing's official. And with the titling of this show coming up, Falcon and Winter Soldier, it's not Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So this series could be a case where we get to the end of this show and Falcon is like, I don't want to become Captain America, the new Captain America. I just want to be Falcon. So then that is the case where we have the Captain America show. Is having two Captain Americas too much for the MCU? Is it confusing for people if we address that we have one Captain America here, another Captain America here? We got it on the same lines with DC at the moment. You know, they're saying they're going to have multiple Batmans, but is that too hard to make work for people? I think a lot of people, diehard fans, get it. You can have multiple characters playing multiple roles within a universe of films. But some, maybe filmmakers are still thinking that it is too much to have two different people playing the same role. They find it confusing. It's like you're addressing a character. It's like, oh, did you see what happened to Captain America? And you're like, oh, well, which version? Did you see what happened to Batman? Oh, which one? Which movie? Which Batman? Which one? Is it too much to handle? I think it isn't, but that's because I'm a movie fan. I'm really big on MCU movies, and I don't find the whole idea of like multiverses and multiple characters playing multiple roles confusing. But maybe is the average Joe person gonna find it confusing? And that's not a bad thing for average Joes, but if someone who's not watching MCU movies all the time, they might find it confusing, just the idea of like, oh, so this character is now this character, or I think if you can see what I'm saying here. So it's going to be interesting to see how this impacts the MCU moving forward now. If we get a full-on return of Chris Evans, Captain America, I think he will be kept as the Captain America of the MCU. And I think Falcon will stay as Falcon within the MCU, but maybe he just holds the shield. And I think that would work. I don't think it's bad for the actor who plays Anthony Mackie, who plays Falcon. I don't think it's bad for him because he's still playing a really good role in Falcon. He's holding the shield. He is being a main star within the MCU now. Him and the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. So I don't think it's going to be bad for them, but I do think moving forward, I think Marvel really needs to issue one Captain America. I think it's the way. I think it would work better just having the one Captain America personally within the MCU, just for marketing. Really, it's just you've got your one Captain America rather than two guys as Captain America. So yeah, that's the discussion over with in regards to the Captain America return. But yeah, as a fan, my last message on this, I am truly, truly excited. If this happens, I know it's rumoured at the moment, but if this comes true and Steve Rogers returns, Chris Evans returns as Steve Rogers, I will be very happy as a movie fan. So next, I want to do a bit of housekeeping for the show today, housekeeping section of the show. First of all, at the end of the episode today, we will not be having a quiz this week. The quiz is going to be cancelled this week, and I do apologise. I hope you've not been getting excited over the quiz all week, but I thought I was watching a video this week of Pat Flynn. He does like a really, really good marketing YouTube channel talking about marketing and all different things like passive income. Really good YouTuber. Check out Pat Flynn. He's fantastic. But I was watching one of his podcasts, his income stream podcast, the Income Show, I think it's called. It's the Income Stream. That's it, the Income Stream. And basically, it's just talking about not letting your channel go stale, concepts on your channel, and just changing it up a bit. And I don't want to do the quiz every single week. And the quiz is not cancelled forever on the show. It will most definitely be returning. But today, I just wanted to have a week off and just do talk about stuff. And again, it's housekeeping section of the show, so I just want to mention that now. The quiz will not be on today. so please don't switch off now if you're still watching. Few other things I want to talk about today is new subscribers. I've had over the Christmas period, back in the last year, had quite a few new subscribers to the channel, and I just want to thank, first of all the current subscribers and old subscribers to the channel, and all the new subscribers. I want to welcome. I can't even say it. Subscribers. I want to welcome you all new ones to the channel, and all the people who were previously on the channel. I want to say thank you as well for continuing watching. And I do appreciate all the people who watch these videos, take time to watch these videos. It is a very nice thing to see when people commenting and subscribing and saying they like the videos and give the likes. I do appreciate it. I do this as fun. I don't make money from doing this. I just genuinely enjoy it. I get a lot from this. I'm learning my skills. I'm getting to talk on camera every week. I'm learning skills. I'm learning how to talk better on camera. I feel like it helps me. It's like a life skill in a way, talking on camera. And doing this show, I feel like I get a lot from it. I enjoy talking about movies, so I get just as much as it from this than you do. If you get anything at all from this, but again, thank you. Overall, I just want to sum it up as a thank you to all the subscribers of the channel. I'm trying a new set, as you can see behind me. So on my previous videos, it was just like the white door. It was like to the left of me here, and I decided new year, let's try it up with a bit of a new set. So this is my like DVD cabinet. I've got all the DVDs here. I thought it's a movie channel. Let's feature some movies in the background. I know a lot of YouTubers go for this look of like of films behind me. So that's what I'm going for here. I hope you like it. Let me know how you'd improve it. I mean, I want to get some lights, mood lights maybe in the background at some point. It's just a work in progress. It's small little changes every time. I always find with anything you're doing, just small little changes always help. And I feel like I tried it last week for a few videos, and initially I didn't like it, but then I was doing the editing, and then I watched it back and I was like, yeah, I quite like that. So this is the new set for now. Let me know how you would like it to be improved, what you think of it, and I'll just put my head down so you can just see. And you see the full set. I've got the World Championship belt, WWE World Championship behind me. Got that last year. That was really cool, and a few DVDs. So let me know what you think. Other housekeeping topics I just want to talk about is the podcast plan. So this is the podcast, the Saturday Movie Show, and I've been doing it since the end of last year. It's been so fun to do. I really enjoy it. As I said, for me, I get a lot of skills from it. I get a lot from doing this. For me now, it's just a case I'm just going to do it every week now. I enjoy doing it every Saturday. I think it's a good time. I will try and do them longer. I will eventually try and put them getting them in a podcast app later down the road. But for now, it's just a case of building the concept of what the show's going to be, make it a longer show for you, make it more of an enjoyable show. Just keep on adding more segments in, like the quiz. I mean, I'd like to do more like game show segments for you, the movie community here. So just adding more stuff to it, and that will be the end goal. Just keep on growing growing the community, growing the audience, growing the channel, and growing this show, the Saturday Movie Show. And it may, at some point, I do have a different idea of a different name change along the lines, further down the line. But at the moment, I'm happy with the Saturday Movie Show. I think it works at this moment in time. So let's move forward into the next segment on the show. I want to talk about what have I been watching on the screen this week. So I've been catching up with Doom Patrol Season 2. Love me some Doom Patrol. I think it's a cracking series. Doom Patrol Season 1 was fantastic, and what I've watched so far of Season 2 is just more of the same, more good stuff, and I know Season 3 is currently in the process of being filmed for HBO Max. I would definitely watch it. I'm a big fan of Fringe, and I think I've said this on the channel before. Fringe and Doom Patrol, they feel very similar tone, so it's a very good show. If you don't watch Doom Patrol, definitely check it out. Next up, I want to discuss WandaVision. Now, I'm not going to give any spoilers because I know it's still fresh for a lot of people. I've only watched episode 1 of WandaVision, and I want to give my honest opinion. I want to give my honest opinion of the show, and I don't want to sugarcoat it. Right, here we go. I liked the idea beforehand. I liked the trailers. I watched the first episode and I can see what they're going for here with WandaVision. And this first episode, it's no spoilers really. It's like a 1950s TV show feel, black and white. I personally didn't really feel an affection towards this. I didn't enjoy the first episode. Again, I can see they maybe developing something each episode moving on, and I've not seen episode 2 yet, so maybe something else happens. But going off the episode 1, it didn't really click with me as a Marvel fan, and I am a big, huge MCU fan. But I was watching it and I wanted to like it, but it didn't really. I felt like I was trying to like it, and maybe if I watched it a few more times, I might feel differently. But it just didn't click with me. I don't know. I didn't think it was. I didn't walk away saying, "Oh my god, this is the worst thing I've ever watched." I walked away not wanting to watch another episode. It just didn't really make me want to watch the second episode. And I will watch the second. I'm going to watch the second episode today, and maybe I'll change my opinion. Maybe it'll get a bit more. We'll see more of a storyline of developing it. But I know yeah, it wasn't for me. I'll be honest with you. It really wasn't my sort of show. And I was kind of excited for like the idea of them doing different types of sitcoms and different styles, but it really just it felt a bit bland. It felt a bit bland, the story for me, and I'm sure other people have a lot of different opinions of this, and maybe a lot of people really enjoyed what they were doing here. And I know it's a new ground. It's the first Disney Plus Marvel show. It's new ground. They're trying something different, and I applaud that. I really do applaud that they're trying something totally different. They're not just going for the same norm, something similar to what they've done previously. And maybe this turns out to be one of the best things in the MCU, and that's why I'm going to give it time. I'm going to give it more of a watch. But at this moment in time, my view on this is it's not for me as a watcher. But I will watch it. I will watch all the series, and I will definitely give it my full attention moving forward, just to see what this develops to be, because I like the MCU and I like anything apart from Iron Man 3. That is garbage. That is utter garbage. But I think that is the end of my discussion today, the end of the Saturday movie show for today. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I hope you have enjoyed the discussions. Let me know all your theories on the Chris Evans, Steve Rogers return. What do you think? If he returns, how will he return? What will it be? A TV show, a film, a cameo? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts also on WandaVision. What did you think of the first couple of episodes? Did you enjoy it? Did you agree with my opinion that it wasn't maybe up to your cup of tea? So let me know your thoughts, and I hope you all have a lovely Saturday.